MAP4C 4.1 Interpreting Statistics. What we're going to do today is learn the concept of quartiles as well as percentiles. So starting off with quartiles, quartiles divide a set of ordered data into four groups with equal numbers of values, just as the median divides the data into two equally sized groups. So what we're going to do is list all of the data values in a set from least to greatest. So in this case here, we see this is out of order. An ascending order means from least to greatest. And then what we're going to do is find the median of the data set. So when we see this middle point here, when it's arranged from least to greatest, we are splitting it in the middle. If there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we say n is 10. A way to split that in half to find the median is 5 on the left, 5 on the right. So whenever we have an even number of elements or numbers in a set, we need to take the midpoint between these two values, because there's 5 on the left, 5 on the right to find the median. So we can add 4 plus 5 divided by 2 to get the midpoint between these two values. So we would say that our second quartile is 4.5. Notice that 50% of the data is to the left and 50% of the data is to the right of that median line. So from this point, what we are doing is looking at the values to the left of the second quartile. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 values. So we can take the median or split that in half by taking the third element. Notice that from this point, there's 1, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So our first quartile is the value 3. If we were to do the same thing on the right-hand side, we're going to find the third quartile. There are 5 elements. So the third element in the set on the right-hand side will divide that value, divide the rest of the set into groups of where 25% of the data is in each section. So there's 25% here, 25% here, 25, and 25. So this is just a way of being able to see the distribution of the data, meaning where is most of the data located in the set. It describes how far off these are. What you may come across is a box and whisker plot in the future. If you're studying statistical courses, the lowest value is 1, the first quartile is 3, the median or second quartile is 4.5, third quartile is 7, and the highest datum is 10 for this particular set. So percentiles is actually a concept that is a little bit ambiguous in mathematics, and I will not say that very often, but you might see different definitions depending on whether or not you want to say a value is greater than or less than or exactly equal to or less than a particular value. So we'll use this definition moving forward. A percentile is a percentage of numbers that a given value is greater than. So a student that scored at the 59th percentile on an exam did better than 59% of the people who wrote the exam. So this percentile value does not tell you the mark that they got on an assessment, but tells you how well that particular individual did relative to the rest of the students, maybe on a test. In general, it's where is that particular value located in the data set? What percentage of the values is it higher than? So our formula for the rank determining the number of values lower than that particular percentage, what you do is take n, the number of data values in the set, times the percentile p over 100. So in this case, it's the 59th percentile, and multiply that by the number of elements in the set. So let's take a look at, actually this example has the 65th percentile. The first thing that we need to do is make sure that the data set is in order. Check from least to greatest. That's an ascending order. To determine the 65th percentile, we need to know where it's located, or the rank. And we get that by multiplying the number of elements, n, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, times 65 over 100. Note that that fraction will give you 65% as a decimal, 0.65. And our result is 7.8. So there's a whole 7 values that are lower. Therefore, the 65th percentile is the 8th value. We need to make sure that there are 7 lower for sure, because this is a decimal value. So it's going to be the 8th element in the set. That's its rank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The 65th percentile is 84. Here's some practice questions to further your learning. Please message me for questions if you have any.